Stevie, I don't know if it's a UT thing or just good people in key positions. Yes, we woke up sexy again. I'll speak up for both Stevie and myself, but less than 24 hours, the national championship banner is already on the wall at the home of the national champion Texas Longhorn softball program.
That's awesome, man. Congrats to University of Texas softball team, man. It was fun to watch, fun to just cheer those girls on. It got interesting at the end, but it came out good for us, man. So I'm glad that they got a chance to light the tower orange.
That is, and we're going to talk a lot about it, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it in this open part before we officially get episode 464 rolling. I'm Sean Clinch, the co-host of The Pass Rush, Stevie Lee. That's the big guy, everyone's favorite big guy with the best smile in Travis and Williamson County and Shreveport, Louisiana. But, hey, if you would, follow us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, IG, X, YouTube, and TikTok. And the best part about YouTube, you can subscribe at no cost. And that is a beautiful thing, especially for us that had owed the Internal Revenue Service money this year. If you did, hey, subscribe to us for free. It's beautiful. Episode 464. Hey, listen, Mia Scott, she plays the hot corner for the Longhorns from down in the Brazoria County area, Angleton, which has produced some great Longhorns, by the way. Critton Jammer. And his little brother played DB, but Mia Scott, unbelievable. She did this, but I didn't know, I had no clue that her boyfriend is a certain Texas running back.
Scott smashes that deep center field. Mia Scott, grand slam, Texas in game 3 of the finals.
And CJ, he's almost 100%. As we all know, he was injured last year very early. Didn't get to see him play last year. But, wow, I love that. There was a big presence up in Oklahoma City at Devon Field. A lot of Texas athletes, student athletes supporting these young ladies.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I love to see the interminglings of Texas athletics with because I have really good friends from different sports to this day,
right?
That play different sports, and so I love seeing that. The dating and just friendships from other sports across different sports.
Man, it's passion, buddy. And Mia Scott. The rap artist from the early 2000s, while you were in school at Texas, you were a young fella, little flips, game over.
Game over.
Game over. When Mia hit that, that's what I thought. Man, they almost run-ruled that game.
In the championship game. That's crazy.
Texas Tech, shout out to them. First year to ever go. Hey, they're doing what everyone else is doing. They've invested in NIL and plucking the portal, if you will. But, Stevie, man, let's get this thing going, man. Are you ready? It has been too long, and we've got a lot to talk about. What do you say we roll this bad boy?
Let's roll.
Let's ride. Stevie, I thought the only negative piece to this national championship run was that. I thought the ladies could have done a much better job. I thought the dog pile got a C minus.
I don't think they knew how to do that, man. So
it happened. It was slow motion. Love these girls, man. I love women's sport. I love women's basketball. I've always loved softball. It's fun, fast-paced, and volleyball. I got to give a shout-out to your daughters.
Yeah.
And your oldest daughter, you moved her in, I believe, up in Kansas City.
We did orientation. We did orientation.
Orientation. You're orientating. But that dog pile, that's the only negative about this entire season. If we're going to nitpick, I was disappointed.
Yeah, it's they need to work on it a little bit, but they'll be fine. Let's try it again next year.
Yeah, let's pull off an OU dynasty. Hey, OU, that was a great run.
Yeah,
7 out of 9 years, like since 2012, I believe they played in 9 national championship series.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Yeah. Thank you. No, it's that they have had a run, man, and it was surprising that they got knocked out so early this year.
Yeah,
but,
in the semifinals, right? Against Texas Tech. Texas Tech.
Yeah, but they'll come back on fire next year too, man, because you just can't stop a dynasty like that one year. They'll be back around.
OU, Patty Gasso and the Sooners, they'll be back.
Yeah.
If you have not had an opportunity, I received the specs of it when they were about to break ground for it 2 or 3 years ago, their new stadium. Absolutely stunning, the best stadium in America. And then, of course, what they've done in Oklahoma City. I will say the All Sports Association in Oklahoma City has done a fantastic job the last 30, 40 years of investing in the Women's College World Series and, of course, sports in OKC. If you've not been, if you never just have really made it a point to go to OKC, it is a thriving, amazing community, sports, family, entertainment. And needless to say, I would go ahead and say their live music there is much better than it is in Austin currently. Austin once owned it. Austin's not what it used to be, but that's a whole nother podcast, whole nother story. All right. Before we move forward, Stevie, give a shout out to our Hargrove family based out of Shreveport. They migrated west into Texas, and they are starting to own this market here in the Central Texas, Austin area. Hargroves, man, they have been busy lately. We've had a tremendous amount of thunderstorms lately. Large hail recently. I was without power for 2 days. Was not fun. But, Stevie, the best marketing guy for Hargrove Roofing, take it away, big fella.
Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
100%. And we know they're busy right now, man.
They are. I talked to Coach, and he's out there, man. He's busy right now.
He woke up sexy again, too. There's no doubt.
No question.
This softball, first national championship, and they've been rolling since 1994, something like that, 93, 94, 95. It's hard to believe Texas every now and then would make the College World Series. They haven't been a dominant program that you would think Texas would be. But here, the 3 of the last 4 years, not only did they make it to OKC, they played in the National Championship Series, and now they won it. And that's with Mike White, the head coach, who was a men's fast pitch softball legend himself.
Yeah, that's good, man. I saw his interview. He's from New Zealand,
right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool to hear him talking his accent and then bringing the club to the dugout from his culture, and the girls is just embracing it, man. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat team and feeling that they have going on over there.
Well, he's been to the College World Series 8 times, and when he was at Oregon, and this was his first time to win it. And to celebrate, I think now the second worst part, other than the dog pile, was the Gatorade bath. I thought the Gatorade bath was pretty solid, but Mike White's reaction was awkwardly delayed. And I'm joking with the criticism, but you be the judge. This could have been a little bit – this was different.
This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other.
It took him that was slow mode. Love the song. but it was a good 2.5 to 3 seconds before he goes, the frigidness.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you had cold ice water dumped on your body while you're sweating and hot?
Yes, on the Ice Bucket Challenge about 8 years ago.
Well, it can take your breath away. So you need a second to catch your breath, and then you celebrate. I feel where he's going because I've had that happen.
Of course, we're joking, but in all seriousness, Stevie, this was Coach and the key Longhorn. There's so many, and a lot of these girls return, and they have an opportunity. It's so hard to win it. Even ask Patty Gesso, even though they've won so many, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to go back. It's hard to keep doing it because the popularity of this sport, I mean, it has migrated when it was once dominant in California, Arizona, and then OU popped into the scene in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And now, man, you've got the SEC. You've got Florida who has won it. And now it's becoming more – the ratings for that game, too, our game one against Tech, 2.1 million viewers.
Wow.
But when you look back at them winning it and the reaction after the game, I think this says it all.
And the team that Jerry Glasgow has put together is, first class. Heck, first time as a head coach make it to the College World Series. I don't know, man, that's pretty awesome. So it took me 8 times to finally I've been in the World Series 8 times, finally won one. It's kind of surreal right now, but thank you to all these ladies, the seniors especially, for their contribution to the program. We talked about leaving the Jersey in a better place, and they've certainly left the Jersey in a better place, and Texas softball is better for them having been part of this program, and we can't wait to start again next year.
Without Coach White, I don't know if we're here. He's the best. He is so competitive. He wants it just as bad as we do, of course, and he pushes us to be better every day, and so he makes me a better pitcher mentally and physically, and so there's no one else I'd rather play for. He's the bomb, and I'm glad we got it done for him.
And I think, Vanessa, Sophia, Mia, we were all together that first year, and losing to OU in that first series, and then again last year, just, we didn't want to go out like that this time, so we fought as hard as we could, no matter what our role was, and I think we are all just so happy.
This team has been through a lot, and for them and all of us to just go out there and do our thing is what's most important, and I love this team with every bit of me.
Love it. Love it, Stevie. You've been around great teams. You were on great teams. And then Longhorns, your football program won the national championship a year after your eligibility. But immediately afterwards, even when y'all won that Rose Bowl against Michigan, can you really just formulate or be able to articulate how you really feel? Because they're on a podium. I know they're excited. It doesn't set in. How long does it take to set in before you can really, really, really process what just happened?
Well, when I was playing in the Rose Bowl against Michigan,
yep.
The whole week you're like, this is a big Rose Bowl game. I mean, we weren't in a national championship game, but it's the Rose Bowl and it's the granddaddy of them all, and so we had the fanfare before, but then when we got to the stadium, it felt like just playing a football game. It's between the lines and you play a football game. And then after the game, you feel happy and things like that. But on my way home, probably 3 days later, is when I really realized, like, man, we won a Rose Bowl. We won the granddaddy of them all.
In a classic game, too.
Classic, very close game. That's what I was going to say. In a close game. And no one can take that away from me. I played in that game. I was a contributing factor in that game, and I had a great time and fun playing in that game. And then my girlfriend being on the sideline, who became my wife, being on the sideline, and we were hugging and celebrating together at the end of that game, which put a bow on not only my college career, but my career as a whole. That was the last time I put on a helmet and pads, right? And so that right there made it even more special 3 days after I played the game, So it was and they may not even be feeling it right now, but they will as the days and weeks go on. and they'll never be forgotten, especially in this city.
Yeah.
In this city, when you win a national championship at the University of Texas, I didn't even win one, but everyone still remembers and remember what we did at the Rose Bowl, you know. So you win a national championship at the University of Texas, this town will never – you're cemented in the history of this town right now.
Legacy.
Yeah, legacy for sure.
So that – and some will argue that if you guys would not have beaten Michigan – let's just say that your win in that Rose Bowl propelled the next year's team to do what they did.
That's what they say, man. But, you know, they had this guy named Vince Young.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, if we'd have won against Michigan or not, he was going back.
Yeah.
Rose Bowl and catching that national championship. And they had the biggest and baddest team in front of them. ESPN. USC thought that ESPN thought the USC could beat NFL teams. They weren't even worried about Texas. It was just a done deal that USC was going to beat Texas.
I remember a whole year they were saying that.
A whole year, and then that couple with a few weeks leading up to the national championship game, it was USC's game to lose. Yeah. It wasn't Texas' game to do this, and this to try to win. It was USC's game to lose. They had everybody on that team, everybody coming back, and Vince Young said, "You know what? Hold my beer," and showed us all. And he cemented in this town, man. He can go anywhere he wants to go in this town. He can go use the governor's bathroom if he wants to, and kick the governor out.
He can wear a Speedo and not get arrested.
No question.
Well, I don't think you can get arrested if you wear a Speedo.
Yeah, Leslie did it.
Yeah, I did it. I'm just kidding. Hey, you know what I think, though? This is funny. If you notice, wherever Senator Ted Cruz goes, sporting event, that home team loses. Like, Aggies are beside themselves. Every time that he shows up, they lose. And I think Texas, I forgot what event it was. He showed up. The Longhorns lost. And then I think the Astros lost the World Series. He showed up. Well, Ted Cruz did not show up to the Women's College World Series. And that's one key factor in the Longhorns winning. And I love this tweet right here.
Oh, man. I like this guy. Texas born, SoCal living. I like it.
Texas X and CA. Hey, God bless those in LA and California right now. National champions. The athletic department at UT is rolling, as is Billy Dell's Texas Legacy Support Network. We are partners with Billy Dell's Texas Legacy Support Network. They are organizing their first ever golf tournament coming up this fall. I will be emceeing that dinner later this fall, and we're going to continue to have guests that tell the story about the mission of the Texas Legacy Support Network. Some that Stevie, really well. Some who are just iconic individuals in my mind that once you meet them here on this podcast, you will know why if you don't know them now. I want to keep them a surprise because the people I'm lining up are individuals who, from a historical perspective, mean a lot. I look up to. And once you hear their story, you'll be inspired. And some of them broke the color barrier in many ways with UT, in many ways, and for that sport.
Yeah.
Period. All right, college baseball. Sweet 16 is taking place. It has been all weekend. And by this time tomorrow, maybe Monday night at the latest, we'll have the Field of 8 in Omaha. And the reason why we're not going to talk much about the field, because there's still game 2s and game 3s taking place. This is the field that we're talking about in the Super Regionals. How about Coastal Carolina? Knocked out Auburn at Auburn. Their head coach was an assistant when the Chanticleers, a mid-major, made it to Omaha in 2016, a great program, and they won it all in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Well, their head coach, Kevin Schnall, talked about they couldn't bring their son, who I think was in the 3rd grade then, because he had multiple strokes. And he talked about how emotional he was after the Chanticleers eliminated Auburn. You can tell he's emotional. This is a true mid-major, but a mid-major baseball power, the emotional Schnall after eliminating Auburn.
In the fall, our son had a stroke, and he ended up having 5 more strokes. And when we went to Omaha, he was in the 3rd grade, and he was young, and he had a rough year, and we decided as a family that our kids were going to stay back. And he's doing great now. He's flourishing. He's a freshman in high school, and we've been talking for years. If we ever go back, he's coming. They're coming. And these guys have awarded him that opportunity.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
That is destiny.
Yeah, I've never heard of kids having strokes that young, but that's tough. But that's awesome that he gets to go to the World Series with the team. That's awesome.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. That's the stories that are great about college baseball and college sports, or sports in general. But college baseball, where the little guy truly has an opportunity year in and year out all the time.
It was a little bit of irresponsible reporting, right? It was one anonymous source said that's what our roster was. I wish I had 40 million on our roster. We'd probably be a little bit better team than we are. But the idea to think that a lot of other schools aren't spending money to get players. I mean, it's the state of college football right now. It is what it is. And hey, we're fortunate. Don't get me wrong. We've got great support. Chris Del Conte, our athletic director, does a fantastic job and on our donors, and hey, people are excited, and we've been to the CFP 2 years in a row, and we've had, 20-something guys drafted the last 2 years. So it's been great. It's been a great run. I wish I had about another 15 million or so, though. I might have a little better roster. But so
get 2 or 3 fullbacks for 15 million.
What's crazy about this day and age that you guys operate in, and I've watched this for 25 years now, this whole, the evolution of Twitter and social media and podcast, one guy writes an article from an anonymous source that says that's what our roster is. Mm-hmm. Everybody ran with it, and I'm talking real publications.
So, Stevie, remember, I questioned those valuations. I was like, "There's no way. There's just no way. That's not true." But he's not wrong. We're in a world where everyone's a reporter, and anonymous folks saying this and that and running with it, but it's the world we live in.
I hear you, Sean. I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit, just a little bit. Did he emphatically say no to that question?
You're not wrong, but he said, but he went out of his way to say that's not true.
Okay. All right.
I think
the question is devil's advocate.
Well, no. That's great. We don't need to agree on everything, but there's no way, man. I mean, 25 million, I could see.
Okay. All right. So the other part of that is the story says, what does it say? Texas spent $40 million on the roster. Texas may not have spent $40,000 on the roster. The other NIL deals may have kicked in. It could be a $40 million roster. Texas didn't spend all the $40 million. No?
Well, no school can spend that. No, all collectives. But I may be wrong, but my understanding is you can recruit through certain vague information about your NIL, valuations, the value, and I got a thumbs up. Where did that come from?
I don't know, man.
Did you do that?
I did not. No.
I got a thumbs up. So My deal is you have a budget that you have to recruit to.
Yeah.
Now but I just don't agree. There's no way. Maybe 10 years from now it'll be 40 million.
Well, let's put it this way, though, Sean. How many people are on the roster?
Well, as of right now, you can have 85 scholarships. That's going to expand to 105.
Right. So, okay, we do know that Arch is what, a $3 million guy?
We don't know anything.
We don't?
We don't. Where are you getting it? I want to see the information.
All right, so you want hard, concrete information. So you're playing. Put your reporter hat on, and you need to see concrete information.
I don't. That's what the whole point of this. What he was talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So I get what you're saying, but if we actually on the outside looking in, and I do know, I have an anonymous source that we have 6 legitimate millionaires on our team. That's 6. And if you just want to say $1 million, that's $6 million right there, just with 6 players. And we do know that 1 or 2 of those players are multi-million dollars.
Okay.
Right? So we're looking at, take those 6 out, then we're looking at about $30 million for the rest of the roster. I can actually see that.
Well, this was a big deal. The House settlement went through. And so it's been a big topic. We're not going to go through all of it because we'd be here first. We could do a whole episode on this. Absolutely. But here's the bullet point. The revenue sharing student athletes will begin next month. The NCAA will spend nearly $3 billion over the next 10 years in back damages to student athletes from 2016 to now. And
what makes them say, why did they stop at 10 years? Why didn't they go to 20 years?
That's something I don't know. I know it has to do with that video game and the likeness.
Man, I was trying to get some money, man. I was trying to get back pay because I was on the game. I didn't see any money.
Y'all need to speak up.
It wasn't my name, but it was my image and likeness.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I need some back pay as well. But I finished playing in 04-05 season. So So
about 10 years.
Yeah. So I told my mom, I called her one day. I was like, you had me 20 years too early. I'd have come out of college with a couple $100,000 in my pocket and I'd have been fine,
Yeah.
But it's neither here nor there. I do still enjoy my time at Texas, but I feel it a little bit. Like I'm happy that these guys are getting what they got, but what about the old guys that still, I got back elements. Just give me free health care for life.
Yeah, laid the foundation.
Yeah.
So the reason why I say the cap, it's essentially a salary cap. It'll begin at $20.5 million. The reason why I say begins because it could increase every year. That's where, and then programs have to opt in which sports, and you've got to take into consideration Title IX, everything. So then here's what I like. Here's the part that if I had more information, I could support this point. The schools now can create rules to limit boosters and NIL collectives, basically managing all of it, which is good.
Yeah. The schools can manage all of it.
No. Yeah, for the most, to create rules in place.
Yeah. Okay. Well, still, though, the top schools that can pull in the most money are going to manage it differently from the second to third tier schools.
Right.
Correct.
But the revenue sharing now is where the majority of the money will be distributed. This will not eliminate NIL, in my opinion, because of this. NIL will take a back seat to revenue sharing, but you can still receive NIL money if you're marketing or representing a brand or a product or a group. Period. That's not going anywhere.
Gotcha.
Ever. But I think it's interesting. I think we're evolving. We really are. There's just it couldn't stay the same way. But so good on the victory for the government and all these court cases, everything. Cornering the NCAA. NCAA had to meet them in the middle or a little more.
Yeah.
And they got it done.
Got it done.
So here we go. It's going to be a new age. And for those who are my age and you're whining about it, not stay off my lawn type, man, evolve. This is what it is. This has nothing to do with you, me, anybody. What does it matter? You don't have to donate to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I get it. Donor fatigue's real.
Yeah. Donor fatigue is real. Yeah.
Coach Mac Brown talked to us about that. How about we end the first segment with some humor?
Let's do it.
I like it. Men, we like to whip it out every now and then.
Put your wiener up right now. We don't run around with our wiener out.
Yeah, we do. We do run around with our wieners out, and you would know that if you were a boy, but you don't know that because you're a girl. But we run around with our wieners out all the time, actually.
100%.
100%.
Well, not 100%, probably 40%.
I got a feeling that you are winning and pulling it right now.
No, I've got shorts over the box. But truth be told, Stevie, I say at least one of our episodes a month, there's just boxers and a shirt.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm sorry to the lovely viewer, you can't unsee that now. Oh, God. Hey, let's take a quick break and hear from our folks at Hargrove. And we're going to talk about NBA Finals. And we're going to pay tribute to those who stormed the beaches of Normandy on Omaha Beach in 1944. That generation, that group, the survivors are dwindling fast.
Yeah.
And we need to pay homage to them. We'll catch you on the other side of this break.
Here at Hargrove Roofing, we try to think outside the box to kind of get the creative juices flowing. So I brought in my friend Stevie Lee, former defensive tackle for the Texas Longhorns. He's going to help the team strategize, really motivate them, light a fire.
This guy's going to block down. This guy's going to block down. You put your butt into the guard, and that way my Mike linebacker gets free to do what?
Not only are they going to learn a thing or two, but they're going to also leave with a great attitude and a bunch of smiles on their faces.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with roofing exactly?
Get out.
Right now.
I said get out.
For me, that's what it's all about. It's just having fun, making our employees have a great time. Hargrove Roofing. Know who's on your roof.
Come on. I'm not biased. Not biased at all. Not biased.
That's going to be fun tonight, man. I thought OKC had this thing in the bag, man.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Halliburton, he did what he do, man. So they need to get up by a lot and then stay on the gas, man. Don't let up at all because the Pacers did that to New York. They did that to who else did they play? The last series, that was New York, right?
That was New York in the Eastern Finals.
Oh, the Cavs. They did it to the Cavs. Nice. Yeah. So and they did it in this series, but I was rooting for him. Alex Caruso, a Texas boy, not University of Texas, the state of Texas boy. He's an Aggie, but also he's a good guy. I know him personally.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. So I was really happy to see him playing very, very well, and had a really good defensive game. but just came up a little bit short at the end, man. But it was a fun game to watch, and I can't wait to watch tonight.
Well, Thunder coach Mark Daignault, they're a group just like the Spurs. That's where their GM, Sam Presti, learned from. They're very businesslike. They're not going to reveal much. And I was in that Thunder locker room and all these for 5 years. And it's very guarded, very protected, but it's worked. And Daignault talked about, because, when they played Denver, this same thing happened. They lost game 1. They responded by winning by double digits in game 2. And this is what he talks about. Is game 1 have any influence on tonight?
You don't want to be reactive to the last game, because then you can be too high after wins. You can be too low after losses. We just get ourselves to neutral, understand every game's different. Every game is unwritten.
Unwritten. Love it. It's kind of cliche, but he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Absolutely. You don't let you don't get emotionally on this emotional roller coaster from game to game. You just play even kill. You watch film on the last game and shut the lights off on that last game, and then you move forward. And so he has the right mindset. So can't wait to see what happens.
OKC.
There you
Thunder
go.
up, baby. Let's MF and go. I love this team. I love that city.
Yeah.
I love that arena. I love those people. It's a great NBA city.
Yep. I spent a night in OKC, and I was hanging out at my hotel, and it was a real vibrant hotel. People were coming in and out and having a good time and talking to everyone. I actually like it up there, man. Other than that school that's over there, I don't
That's south of town.
Yeah, that's out in Norman, right? So, yep. But OKC, I really enjoyed myself there.
I love it. And you know what else I love? I love the people and the multiple generations who I know we are on June 8th today, a D-Day, when the United States forces collaborated with the Allied forces and nations to end the rule of Hitler and Nazi occupation, storm the beaches of France, Normandy, Omaha. Thousands upon thousands of Allied forces lost their lives.
Yeah.
And there are survivors today. And when you hear the story, I mean, they're reaching a century old. So this is the stories inside the Man Cave Tribute. Listening to this inspiring gentleman who was one of those who stormed the beaches of Normandy.
Craziest thing is, I'm sitting here talking to you about my experience. I am the only one left out of all those guys I was with. They've all gone on. This can't last forever. In less than 2 months, I'm going to be 101. I don't have an ache or a pain in my body. I'm blessed. I truly am blessed.
Stevie, we're blessed because of them. And for those who are just not really sure, if we did not do that,
we don't know where we'll be right now. Yeah.
We'd be under a different rule.
Yeah.
A dictator. You and I, black and white. We may not be unified like we are. We wouldn't be brothers, maybe.
Yeah, no question. It's a tribute to the men that did storm the beach on changing the world. They changed. I mean, they put their lives down to change the world, and they did. So when you think about it, you don't know where we would be right now, but it wouldn't be like it is.
No,
it wouldn't be like it is right now. So they changed the world for sure.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you and I have been provided the life, and that you and I connected.
Yeah,
our group's connected. That you and I see the world, and it can go back to that.
Yeah.
Hey, TikTok in the Man Cave. This older couple, they're not much older than us. I never knew that dusting wine bottles was a form of foreplay. it was, now that I see it, very interesting.
What are you doing?
Is it bothering you? I'm dusting my wine bottles.
Like that?
Would you like for me to dust your wine bottle?
Hell yes!
You would, you filthy bastard.
Why did she call him the filthy bastard when she's the one that thought of it?
I've never seen anybody stroke the neck of a wine bottle that so slowly.
Hey man, she knew what she was doing. That's why they've been married for so long.
That's the secret to success.
No
innuendos, giving hints, and make it happen.
Yeah, man.
And humor, and humor.
Oh.
Hey Ben, tell me something good.
You right, Sean? Dude, you are red right now.
That woman was using her thumb too.
Yeah. Oh, she been there before.
Man, how do we transition? Tell me something good, my brother.
Something good, man. It's summertime. Get out there and enjoy your city, whatever city you're in. I'm having a really good time with my daughters. This is the last couple of months that my oldest daughter is going to be home. So we are trying to bond and have some really good time together, and we're doing it. And that's something good, man. It's kind of hard for her to transition from our house into college, but this is something that is supposed to happen. I keep telling myself. And me and my wife, or particularly my wife, has done something right, because she graduated high school and she's going on to the next level to play the sport that she loved and to get a higher education. So that's something good in my life. I just wanted to share with you guys. Enjoy the summer. And I really am truly trying to enjoy the summer, but at the end of the summer, man, it's going to be tears and tears and tears because my baby girl is going to leave the house. But it's happy tears because this is supposed to happen.
It's natural progression. And yes, I will vouch for Stevie and Summer. Done a hell of a job parenting. And this is the first of two success stories you're about to have.
Yeah.
So that is something great.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Last time, I don't know. A lot of things have been happening lately, but I will say, number one, this is a mental health awareness type month for men.
Yeah.
I'm on week 10 of therapy, and it was easy, and I'm thinking, man, I got this. Then it got hard. And yeah, it's not hard as a struggle. Just really, there was some friction between me, but it's professional. But it's hard work, man, because I've had some what we call trauma wounds. And then my 15-year-old girl cat, I had to euthanize her. So it's been hard. You know, we lose pets. So I'll just tell you something good about that. Embrace your time with these animals that you have. Be the best pet dad, pet mama you can be. Take a lot of photos, love on them, make them laugh, chase them, do all that stuff. Treat them like they're one of your children because, man, I've had these for 15 years. The boy's still here. His name's Vincent Royal, and the girl, Chloe Claire. She passed in my arms right there over in my living room, my couch. Had it done here at my place.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, very peaceful, but it was hard. But life is hard. But I want to show you something that something good. A friend of mine, you and I are both, to an extent, bourbon connoisseurs. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to pull the blue screen off so you guys can see this. So this right here is my buddy, Aaron Amsler, We went to Stephen F. Austin together. We worked in a liquor store. Shout out to the Poches. Y'all may have sold it by now. Well, this is AA bourbon whiskey, bottled in Smithville, Texas. It's a bourbon whiskey that literally has the flavors of what you think Texas, the flavors of what it is here in the great state of Texas. He wanted something that did not taste like anything in Tennessee. AA bourbon whiskey, and there's a great story to it. Ask your vendor, your liquor store, request it, AA bourbon whiskey. And I went to a tasting at Whiskey Ridge. Doug and Katie Young, the co-owners of Cover 3, Cover 2. We had a tasting dinner. Beautiful. Head out to Driftwood. Beautiful place for all families. Amazing food, beautiful scenery, and just there's a lot of love out there. So that's my Tell Me Something Good. So for the great city of Shreveport, Louisiana, the hometown of the Stevie Lee and Hargrove Roofing, the beautiful Hargrove family, thank you for continuing to support us. And thank you at home. And for if you're in your car, it's audio only. Thank you guys for supporting us. Much love to you. Continue to share our content. Push it, and subscribe to YouTube, our YouTube page, Facebook, Twitter, X, and even TikTok. I'm doing a little bit more on TikTok, a lot of work. And to my college alma mater town, the great city of Nacogdoches, the oldest town in Texas, known for the red bricks downtown. It is a beautiful place behind the pine curtain. And to my beautiful hometown, the Austin, Texas, and all my friends, family, and everyone. And you know what? To everybody across this great country, and I see you on the demographic breakdown wherever you guys are watching. A lot of people watching in New Orleans lately, Stevie. For the great Stevie Lee, and to all of you, and to the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Harge, Big Mike, and the Coach Mo. What do we tell them, Stevie Lee?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. I'm in my car in the giddy up.
I said get out.